just like it was the previous time. And when we talked to him during halftime of the men's game, he said it was going to be a hard-fought slobber knifer type of game because Rusk College is definitely coming in here to play. So we are getting ready to get tipped off. We're getting ready to get tipped off right here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. And
Mo, you know, one of the things that folks have to look forward to with this particular game is the Bearcats of Rusk are a very good NAI team in the GCAC. They're always at the top. Coach Jackson does a great job with these young ladies, and so this is definitely going to be a good game. I think, you know, I hope folks are ready for it. Not expecting this to be what we had for Southern Baptist, but, you know, we're looking for a lot more excitement.
Absolutely. I definitely think it's going to be more of a closely contested game than what we saw earlier this week. All in all, both teams are coming into tonight's game with one thing on their mind, and that is to get a victory. So we've got the Tigers, we've got the Bearcats, and we've got some basketball action right here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall on the campus of Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Great basketball action. We appreciate you joining us right here on the Black College Sports Network by way of HBCU League Pass Plus. And the fans are starting to file in as well. Coming up for the tip-off, we've got Stillman. That's number 5, Jamisha King. She's going to be tipping it off against number 35. That is Katie Blackman, the leading scorer for Rusk College. Rusk College does get the tip, and they try to work it inside. But look, here comes a steal right there, and that's Jamisha King. However, she does have the ball taken away from her. Knocked out of bounds, however, the ball will remain with Stillman College.
All right, getting aggressive from the very beginning. Going to see how the defense is in this game. That's definitely one of the things I'm expecting to see a lot more of, you know, from the Bearcats.
Absolutely.
Some stout defense.
Absolutely. So here we go with Stillman. They're working the ball around, and here comes a three-point attempt from Stillman, and it is off the mark. The three-point shot was attempted by number 34, Farrah Pearson. She did not play in last week's game, but good to see her back in action on this evening. Pearson, a former SWAC freshman of the year by way of Alabama State, and I know they're happy to have her on this team as first shot attempt for Rusk College is off the mark. Rebound is controlled and goes back into the hands of Stillman College. The Tigers working it around. Here's Pearson. Gets it back out to number 12. That's Imani Winbush-Gay. Pearson trying to work it down now. Kicks it back out to Winbush-Gay. And then ball almost stolen by Rusk College. Actually, it is stolen by Rusk College. And then on the other end, we've got a very great layup attempt that is successful right there for Rusk College by way of number 10, Lyric Turner. But King returns the favor and gets a tie-in bucket right now. So it is 2-2, approaching the 8-minute mark right here inside the gymnasium. Number 20, Amelia Hatch running the offense now for Rusk College. They will get things on. Here goes back to Hatch. The dribble penetration coming up from number 1, Shantari Rogers. She will get it over to number 5, and that is Faith Cattouse. Her three-point shot is off the mark. Block shot right there by Stillman. Stillman takes over the possession, pushing it down court. Stillman had a good look at the goal, but he decided to turn around and run their offense. Almost loses the ball right there is King. 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. You can hear the Rusk College bench getting pretty active for defense. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here's the shot for Stillman. It is off the mark, air ball. Then a rebound comes up, but the ball was knocked out of the hands of the Stillman player. And now they're saying it went off of Stillman, so it'll be Rusk College basketball. Coach Eric Jackson right here on the baseline calling out plays right now for Rusk College. As I mentioned, it wasn't that long ago when these two teams played in which Stillman won a game 59-56. So here we go. Russ going inside, but decided to go ahead and kick the ball out. And a good block right there by King. Stillman, they've got numbers. Can they finish? However, the ball goes off the hands of the Tigers. Possession goes back over to Russ College. That's got to be one of those situations where you got to take advantage of the numbers game. They had a 3-on-1 fast break, however, got a little fancy under the goal, and the ball turned over and went back over to Russ College. So here's Russ bringing up the ball. It is Amelia Hatch, the point guard. Here's a two-point attempt. Shot is off the mark. And here comes Stillman. That's Amani Winbush-Gray. And the ball is actually kicked out of bounds, so it will remain with Stillman. As you're looking at the basketball action from left to right on your digital or television screen. All right, here's a block shot inside. Ball gets saved by Stillman, but goes into the hands of Russ College, and here comes Russ. Hatch taking it the other way, and what we got? We got traveling, so the ball's going to go back over to Stillman College. Lots of sloppy play early on, really, from both teams. But you can also kind of attest to that, to basically being a lot of hard play going on right now as well between these two teams. Looks like Russ College has put on a little full court press here in the man-to-man, and in this situation, communication was not the best scenario for Amani Winbush-Gay as she throws the ball away out of bounds. Russ College will take over. Into the game now, Jordan Moody at number 0. So here we go. Russ College goes inside. Here's the first shot attempt. It's off the mark, but the second shot attempt is good, and that's number 35, Katie Blackman. She's the leading scorer on the Russ College Bearcats team at about 10 points per game. She puts Russ on top, 4-2. Defense coming up now big for Russ College, but we've got a foul on the floor. On that last play, it was Lanasia Warner who ends up losing the ball and then actually commits a foul as well. Actually, Jamisha King comes up with the foul, but Warner was the one that lost the ball on that possession. So here we go on the drive. It's number 5. That is Faith Cattouse. However, she's called for steps, so the turnover will go back over to Stillman. Russ College coach Eric Jackson getting on his players early for making all these mistakes. And look, under the goal, wide open is Stillman's Jamisha King, and she gets the easy bucket to tie the ball game up at 4 apiece. King was like, throw me the ball, and finally they got her the ball in the paint, and she made it look easy right there. Approaching the 5-minute mark, we're tied at 4 apiece. Here we go, going inside, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. Farrah Pearson draws the foul right there. Pearson, a junior guard forward from out of Huntsville, Alabama, by way of Hazel Green High School, played for the legendary Tim Miller. He's known by many basketball greats for his work down in the Montgomery area at Jeff Davis, and then most recently at Hazel Green High School. His team has actually won 5 straight state championships at Hazel Green High School, and he's going for number 6 right now. I can tell you that for sure. He'll be inducted into the Alabama High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame coming up in the upcoming months, and he will tell you every single time that his work and success only comes from great players like Farrah Pearson and others who have paved the way through the years. Several substitutions coming in now for Stillman, including number 2, Kelsey Smith. Kelsey Smith had 10 points in last week's game against Southeastern Baptist. All right, first free throw attempt coming up for number 5, Faith Cattouse, is off the mark. She, coming into the game, she was a 75% free throw shooter on the year. She does make the second one, going 1 for 2 in that situation, making it 5-4 now. Russ. Here's Moody bringing up the ball. Man-to-man pressure now being put on by Russ College. Can Moody get across the half-court line? She just does. However, she almost throws it away. Luckily, Desiree Tyner was able to run down the ball. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock for Stillman. Can they get a good shot off? We'll find out in these upcoming seconds. Here's Moody. She gets over to Tyner. Tyner's got 4 seconds. Tyner pulls up for the deep three. Banks it in.
Gets the rattle. Home, the shooter's roll at home.
That's it. Look, we'll take it any day of the week, especially here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. Can Russ College respond? And on this play right here, it looks like we've got a tie-up, and now we've got a media timeout. So with 4:20 the first quarter, Russ College leads Stillman 7-4. You're watching Russ College basketball on the Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
Which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Hello and welcome back to Birthright Arena here on the campus of Stillman College, folks. We are just about to the midway point of the month of December. Of course, most kids are home for the semester, getting ready to get going. Right now, the Tigers lead the Bearcats of Russ by a score of 7-5. So, Mo, we've noticed something different from the last game, as we said. A lot more defense happening today.
A lot more defense, plus a lot more mistakes actually happening early on. I mean, both of these teams coming in playing very, very hard. Obviously, these two teams know each other quite well, not only from a lot of these young ladies playing each other in high school, but the distance between these two schools. And it wasn't long ago when Stillman pulled off a 59-56 victory only a few weeks ago.
Definitely. Teams that the home and homes that that work out very well for these HBCUs here in the region.
Yes, sir. And let's make a correction. I was looking at the scoreboard, and they did not have things correct, as Stillman actually leads 7-5. They had Russ leading 7-5, which I should have known better because we just saw Desiree Tyner knock down the three-pointer. But we got things going right, and we'll have it technically corrected in 2 seconds on our scoreboard as well. But in the meantime, there was a foul on the floor and shooting foul right there. So going to the line right now for Stillman. First shot is off the mark. Katie Blackman was called for the foul, and she is going to take a seat in that situation. Okay, now there's a little confusion on who actually had the foul on them. Coach Jackson trying to make sure everything's all correct. It was all part of the strategy. You don't want to think somebody's got 2 fouls and then you got 1. And second free throw is good by number 13, Amaria Strong. She extends the lead, making it 8-5. Stillman going with a little man-to-man, but no pressure in that situation. Here's a three-point attempt by Russ College. Their first three-pointer of the evening is off the mark by Lyric Turner. And we got a foul on the floor. Tanaya Bowers will be called for the foul. 5'5" sophomore point guard from out of Trenton, Florida.
You got another delay here. The ref is looking to correct the scoreboard again.
Hey, we're still in the early portion of the season, so, we're going to have all the kinks that we still need to get worked out or whatever. But I'm telling you, by January, we'll be good.
By golly, everything will be running smooth.
Yes, sir. Roy, you're familiar with the state of Florida. Where is Trenton, Florida?
And I knew you were going to ask me that. I honestly don't have a clue. I don't think I've ever heard of or met anyone. Now you got me wondering.
All right, we're gonna let Google be our friend at the next
That's right.
at the next time out, and we'll get that answer for you. There is a foul on the floor, actually a shooting foul. Looks like Farrah Pearson's going to head to the free throw line. What were you about to say, Oaf?
Well, as I was looking at it, looking it up, I am just really not. What I figured, it's in the Central Florida area. It is just west of Gainesville. It looks to be maybe an outlying suburb of the Gainesville area, which is, definitely interesting. Not an area that most of us spend a whole lot of time going to.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's too close to a beach or anything.
No, it is not. It looks like it's midway between Gainesville and the Gulf Coast. No. So there is no major highway there in Trenton, so that's part of the issue. Not a whole lot of folks know what Trenton is, even those of us who grew up in Florida.
Gotcha. Big block right there by the Stillman College Tiger women. Jasmine Moody running the offense now for Stillman. The body hits the floor. They're going to keep playing. They're going to go inside. Here's Pearson to turn around off the backboard, off the mark.
But you know what? That was a great move. That was a good inside power move. It's something I think they need to do a little bit more of with the Tigers.
Absolutely. Now here's the turnaround jumper right there by Nia McGuire from Monroe, Louisiana. Her bucket is good. She cuts the lead down to 3. It's 10-7. Can Pearson take it to the rack? And she will, but she's going to draw the foul as she misses the shot, but she's got a chance to make up for it at the free throw line. That's one thing I think we've already noticed in this game is that Stillman is taking the ball to the rack with pump fakes and layups and also floaters. We didn't see that as much against Southeastern Baptist. Granted, against Southeastern Baptist, a lot of good things were going on or whatever, but they are definitely attacking this Russ College defense and trying to draw a lot of fouls. I mean, Russ already has 5 team fouls, and we still got about 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Bo, I completely agree with you, and I think what it is that Coach Jackson's teams are historically very aggressive defensively. He is someone who tells his girls to go after it. He's got a full bench of young ladies down there, so they don't get too upset with the fouls as long as they're not bad fouls in the midst of competition. So.
On the free throw attempts, Pearson is able to knock down both free throw attempts, and she extends the lead, making it 12-7. Bringing the ball up court, it's Turner for Russ College, and looks like we got an offensive foul right there, and how about that? Once again, Farrah Pearson drawing the offensive foul via a charge. Pearson doing it on both sides of the ball. Obviously, we mentioned, Pearson did not play last week, and her presence definitely was missed. Even though it was a huge victory, you're seeing the type of plays she's making early on. Getting the buckets on the other side, drawing the fouls. And just taking a look at the stats-wise, whatever right now, Farrah Pearson is tied for the leading scorer. She has 4 points on the evening, all 4 points coming from the charity strike. All right, here's Russ College showing a little bit of that pressure and aggressiveness.
Not going to make it easy for these Tigers to get the ball in. They're gonna pressure it, and and be up in their faces.
They're showing a little full court pressure, so what does Coach Dunk do? They actually turned the ball over, so here's a three-point attempt now by Russ College. I was wondering for a second, like, why is Stillman back down here and they're going to go full court? But
yeah, they threw the ball out in that in the last possession. It got in. She just got it in before the 5 count, but then she actually overthrew her teammate.
Gotcha. All right, so here's Farrah Pearson trying to go into ISO against number 24, Adejra Mabaye. And here's a shot by Pearson. Goes air ball. And looks like we got a shot clock violation at the same time. Not a good possession for Stillman.
Yeah, that one did not turn out the way that Coach wanted it to. I'm sure he would like to see something going inside. Getting a little bit, again, staying aggressive. Oh, that's going to be a blocking foul. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyner tried to take advantage of her size against.
Oh, wait, which? So, okay, well.
So here's a situation. The Russ College player tried to run through her, and Tyner was like, "You're not about to run through me." She kind of pushed her down.
Okay, that's the part I missed.
Yeah. Because basically you had one of the larger players on one team against one of the smaller players on the other team. And lots of times that does not work out for many. And here's another charge.
Yep.
And that's Pearson drawing her second charge now of the game.
And that charge is on number 10, Ms. Lyric Turner with that charge. She was going in for a drive, but position was held by the defensive player, and she did not move.
And we're wiping up the sweat on the floor. I always want to make sure everybody has that safety. .116 to go in the first quarter. Stillman Tigers leading 12-7 over Russ, the Bearcats. As we mentioned, these two teams know each other quite well. They have a long storied history of battles between each other. Bringing up the ball, and here comes Kelsey Smith. Kelsey Smith almost losing it. There's Heyman in the corner. Putting on that pressure again. And here's Pearson inside. Thought she was about to get it, but she's going to go back to the free throw line.
4-2. Almost had the three-point play just then, but just missed the little bunny of the layup. Now, of course, the bench was actually up in arms, expecting that there was a double dribble also at that last play.
They were talking about double dribbles. They were saying it could have been a 5-second violation as well, but they let them keep playing. First free throw attempt by Pearson is good. That's her 5th point of the evening. 13-7 now is Stillman on top. Here comes the second free throw by Pearson. And it's good. 14-7, and Pearson now is the leading scorer for Stillman with 6 points. All 6 points coming from the charity stripe. Here's a three-point attempt from the other side. It's off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. Thought Mbaye had tipped it out of bounds, but they're saying it went off a Stillman College defender. LaNasia Turner guarding the inbound. So here's Russ swinging things around. It gets it over to Shatoria Rogers. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Now they're going inside, and here's a bucket by Mbaye, and it is good. Mbaye got the better positioning inside and took advantage of it. 22 seconds to go. Here's a three-point attempt. It rattles in and out. And now we got a whistle on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, because I was completely shocked there. I happened to look away for a moment and figured that I dropped into a time warp. As I looked up at the clock, and the score was 9-24, Russ.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on. We don't have that score on the board for ourselves. So I'm sure that's one of the things that the refs are right now trying to get into place. We had the score at 9-14. There we go.
Yes. And even the live
Stillman
stats were off a little bit. I'm saying 14-7, but yeah, it is 14-9. Yeah, you know, somebody just pressed the wrong button. It happens. And here's a free throw attempt. It is up, and it is good by number 20, Amelia Hatch. Hatch comes into this game averaging only about 4 points a contest. That's her first point. Can she get her second point? Yes, she can. 17 seconds to go. Tyner coming back into the game after her forceful foul. I mean, that's literally the best way to describe it. Can Stillman get it in? 5-second violation. Ball's going to go back over to Russ College. And, you know, that's one of those things that drives the coach crazy because that's one of the simple, fundamental things you learn in elementary school and bitty basketball and junior high basketball about the importance of just getting it in. So here's Roger. She pulls up for a shot. It is off the mark. Kelsey Smith comes up with the rebound. 10 seconds to go. Here's Smith.
Oh, that's going to be a charge.
She tried to do the Euro step, and that's Rogers that was literally waiting for her just to be like, yeah, I'm going to take this charge.
And coach was pointing out to her, like, you had two players running with you. You should have passed that ball earlier. But she was intent on getting in and getting something going, but the defensive player was able to step in and establish position.
Absolutely. So here we go. Russ College trying to get a shot off, and we got a foul on the floor. Look, going back to that last play, Roy, even if she doesn't pass it off, she easily could stop and pull up for a jumper as well.
Yeah. Definitely did not have to go into the lane for that shot, but, you know, I guess the defensive player realized she had her mind made up and was ready to go in for it.
She did. At the line, it's Lyric Turner. Her first shot off the mark from the free throw line. Game remains at 14-11 with 1 second to go. Here's the second free throw attempt, and it is good. 14-12 is your score. Get ready for one last shot. They throw it down court, and it goes out of bounds. So guess what? Russ is going to get an opportunity to either tie this game or even take the lead at the end of the first quarter. I mean, Lanasia Turner was trying to catch the long ball, but Tyner just put a little mustard on it, and it was a little too much. All right, so here's the final inbound play. Here's Mbaye. Her shot's off the mark, and that's how we'll end the first quarter. So we played one here inside of Birchright Alumni Hall. Stillman leads a closely contested contest by a score of 14-12 over Russ. You're watching Stillman College basketball right here on HBCU League Pass Plus.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker.
And welcome back to Birthright Alumni Hall here on the campus of Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for some Stillman College women's basketball as they take on one of their big rivals in Russ College. Mo Carter alongside Roy Evans. And what a pretty eventful first quarter we saw, Roy.
Yeah, definitely. Folks are just about into the bonus already. Lots of fouls going on in that first half. Again, a lot more defense, first quarter rather, than what we had in the last game. And these teams are very, like you said, tightly contested. They know each other very well, and they know a lot of the tendencies. So that makes some of these games very interesting as you get going.
Now, neither one of these teams shooting the ball exceptionally well. Stillman 3 for 9 on the evening for 33%, while Russ 4 for 16 for 25%. However, they're shooting well from the free throw line. Stillman has made 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, while the Bearcats of Russ are 4 for 6.
Yeah, that was a foul on 12. Ms. Wimbush-Gay, and I think, that was one of those, she looks at the refs like, what do you mean? And I said, no, you were moving, and
and just like that, foul happens with Stillman on one play, and then Russ College throws the ball away on the next play.
A little bit more of the sloppy play.
Mm-hmm. Here comes a little bit more of that pressure. Man-to-man, full court. Here, Wimbush-Gay bringing the ball up. Here's a drive to the goal. It is off the mark. And we got another foul.
Yeah, and again, we talk about the sloppy play. Those, that's about the fourth or fifth layup that we've seen these young ladies miss point-blank range, shots that they should be making. I'm sure that both coaches are going to be talking about that during halftime.
Absolutely. Amaria Strong called for the foul on the play. So what's Coach Aliko Dunk going to do to attack this Russ College offense? Well, he's putting them in a 2-3 zone. Here's a deep three-pointer. It's off the mark, but rebound goes to Rogers. She scores and one.
And she is fired up.
She really is. And I was mentioning, they were in the 2-3 zone, and, one of the best ways to get somebody out of the zone is shoot the ball well from the outside.
That's it.
They weren't successful on the three-point shot, but the rebound and putback by Rogers was good, and now she has a chance to make it a three-point play.
And right now, Rogers, she is if I'm not mistaken, she looks to be the tallest player out on the floor right now, or at least close to it, and she is looking to take advantage of her height and use some extremely smooth post moves to get inside and make sure that they know that she's there.
She measures at 6 foot even, and she's a junior from Minden, Louisiana. That's a little north of Shreveport, so she's kind of in that Texarkana, northwest Louisiana type area. The Arklatex. That's what I was looking for.
The Arklatex.
The Arklatex.
So
yes.
For those of us who are not familiar with the area, Mo, when you start with these references, great interior pass there. That was number 35 with the bucket.
That's Katie Blackburn, their leading scorer. We'll get back to that Arklatex thing in just a second.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
So here's Stillman wrapping the ball around to get it over to Tyner. Tyner gets to Wimbush-Gay. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock, and she gets double teamed. Oh, she gets out the double team, though. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's a wild shot that does not hit any piece of the rim. And Russ College takes over possession.
Almost a steal. And
almost, right.
Coach Jackson is not happy. He is looking for a foul. And
Warner was on her so closely. And then eventually they had to call that foul on Warner. But that's a good hustle defensive play that when they go back and look at the tape, Coach Dunk will not be.
Not upset at all.
Not at all. Not upset. And if anything, he's going to praise her for that type of defensive effort. So we've got a timeout on the floor. So with that being said, we'll take it with them. So with 8:02 to go, 7:53 to go, it's 16-14. Rust on top. You're watching Stillman College basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, on the campus of Stillman College. The Stillman College women taking on Rust College in a very tight game. Rust leads 16-14 right now. Rust on the inbounds. They get it over to Rogers. Rogers just had a three-point play a few moments ago. She's being guarded by Farrah Pearson. Pearson puts a good defense on her, and she loses the ball, so back comes Stillman, and ooh, she may have moved that pivot foot. In the meantime, Tyner drives it to the goal and scores right there on her defender. We got a tie ball game, 16 apiece.
And right now, well, that was a good move. Tyner was able to get inside and go strong to the basket again, you know, putting her in the post. We saw it at the very beginning of the game, and then it seemed to kind of go away a little bit. Nice block there by Tyner.
Yep. Armstrong tries to go off glass. Her shot's off the mark, but the rebound and putback is good by Katie Blackman. As we mentioned, she's their leading scorer throughout the season. She now picks up her second bucket of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Can Farrah Pearson respond? Her bucket, and it's off the mark. Pearson has had the best looks at the goal tonight, but she can't follow through. But she's been making well at the free throw line.
She's been getting them at the free throw line. While she has been missing the 3-point opportunity, she is getting the 2 points.
Give you a stat line about Pearson right now. Pearson leads all scorers with 6, and all 6 shots have come from, well, all 6 points have come from the free throw line. Now she leads all scorers with 7, with her 7th point coming from the free throw line.
Yeah, she's looking at having a very good night if she can just get some of these balls to fall.
Like that one right there. We got a tie ball game at 18 apiece. 6:49 to go in the second quarter between Rust and Stillman. This is a head coaching battle between Coach Aliko Dunn and Eric Jackson Jr. So, ball goes inside. Farrah Pearson right there to defend it. However, they kick it out to the corner. That three-point shot is off the mark. Rebound, though, right there goes to Katie Blackman once again, and she scores on Pearson. Now can Stillman come to the other side and score? That shot's off the mark. Here's a rebound. That shot's off the mark. And Blackman comes up with the rebound. Two good looks at the basket.
Yeah. What is Blackman's, how many points does she have so far?
Right now, Blackman, she's got 6 points on the evening.
Okay.
She's the leading scorer for Rust College. Here's a three-point attempt by that's Fate Catus. And her three-pointer is good. And now Rust is going to have a chance to extend their lead after that three-pointer right there. Catus coming into the game, she's averaging about 5.6 points per contest. So with that three-pointer, she's already halfway through her season average.
All right.
Amelia Hatch gets it over to Kylie Scott. They're going to work it inside to Blackman. And nice pass, however, can't be held on underneath by Kylie Scott. She loses it, so Stillman will take over. Imani Winbush-Gay bringing the ball up court now for Stillman. They're down 23-18, approaching the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. Here's Pearson at the top of the three-point line. She's going to pull up for three, hits the front iron, ball tipped out of bounds by Tyner, so it's going to go over to Russ College.
As they again are scored 23-18, just over 5 minutes left here, and it's good defense there.
Here's
Ball
a steal
taken
by
away.
Warner. Warner pulls up for three, and it's good.
And she hits it.
From downtown Tuscaloosa, it is Warner knocking down the triple. Cuts the deficit down to 2 points.
Yep.
That's a three-pointer that was definitely needed for Stillman to get back into this contest.
Yeah, but one of those where had she not made it, coach's attitude might have been slightly different.
As Faith Cattouse knocks down her second straight three-pointer, and she extends the lead, making it 26-21. She's got 6 points on the evening now. And that's going to be a turnover right here. Cattouse comes up with the steal, gets it over to...
Coach is not happy with that effort going back after the ball as the defender came in.
Amelia Hatch comes up with the bucket right there, and we've got a media timeout, so we're going to take it with them with 4:21 to go in the second quarter. Your score, Russ 28, Stillman 21. We'll be right back here on HBCU League Pass Plus.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant.
Well, welcome back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Your score right now, Russ College out of Holly Springs, Mississippi, 28. Stillman College from out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 21. We're coming out of the media timeout right now where we saw this game go from a 2-point deficit to a 7-point deficit in literally a matter of about a minute. So here we are inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. Stillman now with the ball.
Yeah, but there was some very lackadaisical effort there, and that's why Coach called the timeout. He wanted to get to his young ladies and tell them, it's like, we have got to be more aggressive than that.
Speaking of aggressive, Tyner tries to go inside. Her shot's off the mark. Then she gets a little too aggressive, and she's called for the foul. So someone on our staff wanted to know, where was Holly Springs, Mississippi? Well, it is in the northern portion of Mississippi, north of Oxford and about southeasterly of Memphis, as a matter of fact. So from here, Google says it's about almost two hours possibly.
Okay.
So not a bad drive.
Not a bad drive at all.
Back drive game here, 4:07 to go. Russ College now on top 30-21. And they're going to put on that full court press. Can Stillman defend it? All right, turns into a man-to-man. So now Winbush-Gay bringing it up, trying to run the offense. Can they find some success in this offense? Gets it over to King. King gets it over to Pearson. Hands it back off. And we got another foul on the floor. We talked about that aggressive manner between these two teams. Lots of fouls being called.
Most definitely. They are playing close, and, it's interesting to see that the Lady Bearcats are actually staying in the man-to-man, but, again, it's being productive for them.
Farrah Pearson gets the ball at the top of the three-point arc. She will get it over to Winbush Gay. Back over to Pearson. And we got a 3-second call. So the ball is going to go back over to Russ College.
I think they called that 3-second violation on number 5.
So here's Russ College with their first possession after the turnover. Shot is one and done by Zoe Alexander. So Stillman pushing it up. Get it over to Pearson. Here's a shot by King. It is off the mark. Rebound goes over to Katie Blackman. On the other end, pushing the issue is Hatch. And Hatch loses the ball. So here comes Stillman. They don't have the number, so they may slow it up here. Or maybe not. Here's a good pass inside, and the bucket is scored.
I'm sorry, Bo.
I was going to say just by Jamisha King. What you got?
Well, that was a very nice hesitation move there. Number 12 brought the ball back out. She saw that her teammates had not caught up with her immediately, but before having to reset the offense, she was able to recognize one of the players coming in from the left side to cover, get into that basket.
On the other end, Katie Blackman scores again in the paint. She's starting to be comfortable inside the paint and making that her home against this Stillman defense. Here's Pearson now going up against Blackman. The spin, and she's going to draw another foul, so she's going to have a chance to add to her point totals from the free throw line.
Listen, at this point, I'm thinking, they may come out better just letting her go ahead and get a bucket in instead of sending her to the line.
No, you're right about that. Look, let's give you some stats real quick. So Katie Blackman for Russ, she leads all scorers on the Russ squad with 8 points. She's 4 for 6 from the field. But on the other end, Farrah Pearson, she leads Stillman with 8 points, but all 8 of her points have come from the free throw line.
That was her first miss of the night.
It was her first miss, so now she's 8 of 9 from the free throw and charity stripe. Can she make up here? Let's find out. And does. Her 9th point of the evening. She makes it an 8-point game with 2:10 to go before halftime. Here's Faith Cattouse. Her three-pointer is off the mark. Stillman coming down, trying to cut more into this lead. Here's a drive to the goal. It's off the mark. Rebound goes over to Mbaye of Russ College.
I mean, that was a good idea. It's again, we're just having these issues where we're not able to get these point-blank buckets.
Correct. On the play right there, Mbaye call for the charge. Farrah Pearson, I think, is now basically drawing like 4 charges now. I mean, just talk about like such a great two-way player that she is. And having her in the game, brings a better defensive presence.
Yeah.
So as they're cleaning up the court, earlier I mentioned that one of the young ladies on Russ College's team is from Minden, Louisiana. And Minden's in northwest Louisiana, north of Shreveport. And I mentioned it's in the Arklatex. So that's kind of like a tri-state area where you're very, very close to both Arkansas. As Farrah Pearson scores her first bucket from the field, she makes it 32-26. But that's an area where basically it's equilateral between Arkansas, East Texas, and northwest Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you've heard of Texarkana, Texas, Texarkana, Arkansas. Of course, you've heard of Shreveport, Louisiana. So all that area is right there, and Minden is kind of right there in that gap along the border. I think Minden is actually closer to the Arkansas border than what it is the Texas border.
Okay. All right, definitely. Well, listen, I remember the first time I was riding through or going over to Texas from Atlanta and ran through Texarkana and was like, oh, wow, okay. This is an actual place. And
we got a charge on the floor. That's Warner called for the charge on that one. Kelsey Smith will check into the game as Warner heads over to the bench. So when you pass through that Texarkana area or whatever, did you get thoughts of like watching the movie Smokey and the Bandit?
I absolutely did. That was my first thought of it. So thinking it was just somewhere from the movie, and it was like, okay, this is actually real.
Which is real interesting because clearly now, if they did that movie today, you know, it's one of those things you think about it as an adult now, and like they were going to get illegal beer, quote unquote, for a dry. Like clearly half of that doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah. Definitely interesting how times have changed.
Agreed. Eastbound and down. So 40 seconds to go. Russ College on top, 32-26. Stillman shooting for their 9th win of the season. They came into tonight's game with an 8-2 record. They have lost no non-conference games this year. As the first free throw attempt by Mbaye is off the mark. Mbaye, a 6'2" sophomore power forward from out of Dallas, Texas. So you have to head through that Texarkana area to get over to her hometown.
Most definitely.
37 seconds to go on the play clock. Got about 23 seconds to go on the shot clock. Stillman trying to get something done. Here's the drive to the goal. We've got a bucket and one. King gets the bucket and she draws the foul. I had to hesitate a little bit because the official was kind of like, is this a charge? Is this a block? Because even Coach Jackson's like, come on, explain this to me. But King is able to draw the foul, and she's going to go ahead and try to get a three-point play on this sequence. Her free throw shot is off the mark. 33-28, 25 seconds to go is your situation.
Coach Jackson has his ladies pull out to hold off last shot.
Well, you thought that was going to be the case, but they decided to go ahead and drive to the basket. However, they do lose the ball, but hold on to it because it was last touched by Stillman College. Larry Turner on the inbounds, and Amaria Strong comes up with the steal, and she double dribbled.
She had a clear path and didn't realize that she was trying to figure out what she was going to do with it at that point.
2.6 seconds to go. Going to be one last shot right here, and it is off the mark. Drew a little contact right there at the end, but no foul called, and 33-28 is where we're going to stand going into halftime. So that's your score. Here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, we play 2, so we're going to take a break right here on the Black College Sports Network. We appreciate you tuning in on HBCU League Pass Plus. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit.
Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio.
That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody.
Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
At CDW, we get speed as the new currency of success.
Our team spends way too much time tending to outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplify Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplify Development Services.
You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. We're never not working. Number 15?
That's my rub.
Ooh, nice.
Never not working.
Never, ever, never, ever not working.
Welcome, everybody, to Juneau, Alaska.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders scalp shield technology.
comfortable.
Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
It's something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented.
And welcome back to Stillman College basketball here on the Black College Sports Network, the HBCU League Pass Plus. Mo Carter alongside Roy Evans. We're here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall, where, Roy, we got a good one so far, man. Russ College leads Stillman at the break, 33-28, and not only has it been a really good game, it's been a good physical game between both of these crews.
Most definitely, Mo. They are getting in, and once they were able to kind of settle in after the first quarter, just get themselves in the position what they want to do, making sure that they could run some of their offensive sets. Both teams have been aggressive on the defensive side of the ball, but they got aggressive going into the paint on the offensive end as well.
Now, neither one of these teams are shooting the ball well. Stillman right now 8 for 23 from the field, while Russ is 12 of 32. But they are both shooting it well from the charity stripe. 7 of 11 on the evening from the charity stripe for the Bearcats, while Stillman is 10 of 13 for nearly 77%. So first half is now starting up once again for
for this basketball game, and Stillman is the one with the ball that gets it first. And here's a turnaround jumper, and it's good by Lanasia Warner. It's one of those where I'm not sure she actually wanted to really throw it up like that, but hey, it fell, and they'll take the points.
Yes, sir.
So on the other end, here comes Hatch. Hatch kicks it out over to her teammate. That is Lyric Turner, and she throws up an air ball. Stillman will get the ball back. They got a chance to tie it with a three-pointer.
Most definitely. So as we got our score here, it's 33-30.
Coach Eric Jackson calling for a trap. They almost get it. However, Winbush Gay is able to dribble it out as Warner gets it over to Strong, and her shot is off the mark. She was definitely going for that tie. She must have been listening to us in the back of her ear.
Just a little short on the three-pointer.
Speaking of threes, three-point attempt by Russ College is off the mark, and we're going back from right to left on your television and digital screen. Here's Russ College, here's Stillman dribbling it out, and Monty Winbush Gay gets it over to Jamisha King. Jamisha King swings it over to Lanasia Warner. Warner gets it over to Strong. They're trying to go inside. Farrah Pearson gets it up at the top of the key. Now she goes and sets a screen, and it's going to be a foul on the play, a little bumper action, and it's going to be called on number 20. That's Amelia Hatch. And really, that's really what we've been seeing throughout this game. A lot of bumping between these two women's basketball teams, and a lot of fouls being called too.
Definitely. I mean, they're playing aggressively, but the refs are keeping it in check. It has been aggressive play, but they are not letting it get chippy or anything like that. So
here's Winbush Gay, gets it over to Warner. Warner's got 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. King trying to give her a screen. Now King gets the ball on the baseline. Her shot is blocked by Armstrong. 4 seconds to go. Here's the shot before the shot clock goes off, and it is good by Winbush Gay.
Well, that was a nice block by there, Miss Armstrong. And just to give a shout out, just had an opportunity to meet her father, who's one of my fraternity brothers.
Okay.
Member of Phi Beta Sigma.
And we were talking about Armstrong, we were talking about Rogers earlier. And I mean, you know, she comes in 6 foot even. And I mean, yeah, she's definitely one of the taller young ladies on the team. But here's another thing, too. Like, you look at her, not only she's tall, but she's long as well.
Yeah.
She's got some long arms. So, you know, from a defensive standpoint, she's got that good reach.
That wingspan will help her out.
So we got a turnover on the floor. Stillman College will get the ball back. And Coach Jackson telling the team going with that patented man-on-man, throw a little pressure if we can get you double team. And there's the double team right there. However, they are able to get it out as Jasmine Moody is back in the game. She throws it up. It's partially blocked. Goes into the hands of Russ College for a turnover. And there's Armstrong, Johnny on the spot.
And she's aggressively going in. Oh.
And she loses it as Strong comes up with the bucket. She's going to take it to the rack. She tries to stop but slips. And all of a sudden, Russ College's defender is there to take the charge.
Yeah, she ended up being a little bit out of control. She lost the ball there at the very end of it, and the coach is talking to her now. So calm down.
Yeah, because, I mean, she literally looks like she was literally going to the basket and wanted to pull up, but then just slipped. And then as she slipped, she fell into the defender to draw the charge. Yeah, you know, that's just it's an unfortunate situation right there. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Coach Dunk literally pulled her to the side, just told her what she needs to do better.
Yeah.
And we'll see some improvement once she actually, you know, gets a little breather on the bench and makes her way back onto the floor at a later time. 33-32 is your score. Russ College on top by 1. Right now, Stillman on a 4-0 run to start the third quarter.
And a steal by the Tigers.
There's the steal, and here's the Euro step, and the wild shot goes up right there by Kelsey Smith.
Yeah, that's going to be a blocking foul. She definitely was still trying to move along with the with the offensive player.
Foul was called on number 10. That's Lyric Turner. So here's Kelsey Smith going to the free throw line. And we got a tie ball game, everyone, as she goes 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. Let's see if she can go 2 for 2.
And this is the first tie that we've had in a while here in this game, Mo.
Yeah, it has been a while. And here's a lead right there by Stillman. 2 for 2 in that free throw sequence. Kelsey Smith knocking down both free throws. Her first 2 points of the game, as a matter of fact. As we mentioned, everyone, it's tightly contested right now here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall on the campus of Stillman College. A good one between the Stillman College women and the Lady Bearcats of Russ College. Russ tries to get it inside to Katie Blackman. But there's another foul on the floor.
No, I believe it was a kickball. Actually, is what they just called on that play, Mo.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. There was a good interior pass there.
And there's a tip away. Farrah Pearson comes up with the steal on the other end. Lanasia Warner thought about driving it out, but she decides to kick it out to Farrah Pearson. Ball goes over to Jordan Moody. Moody's got, well, the shot clock wasn't going for a while, but now it's starting. So we should pick up some extra time to shoot the ball.
Pick up an extra few seconds there.
Yeah, Jamisha King gets it over to Kelsey
Wow.
Smith, and looks like King is going to be called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they were saying they were just preventing the defensive player from moving. But, yeah, that's...
Well, Roy, early in this week when we were doing the Stillman versus Southeast Baptist game, we kept promoting that, hey, we've got some very good basketball games coming up, including this one, and it has been nice so far inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. 34-33 as this deep three-pointer is taken by Russ College. It's off the mark. Moody comes up with the rebound and pushes it down the floor. She'll get it over to Turner. Turner goes inside to King, and King scores.
And drops it in. Perfect offensive set right there for the Tigers.
King gives Stillman back the lead, 36 to, actually she extends the lead, 36-33. And, late call on the floor right there. I thought it was going to be a clean steal, but they're going to call Stillman for the foul. And the fans inside Birthright Alumni Hall aren't pleased with that call.
You think, Mo, might be a little perturbed with that one, and it looks as though there's some.
So the Russ College women were kind of huddled up around the free throw line. The Stillman girls were like, hey, let's go huddle up next to them and listen to what they're saying, which is all legal.
Right.
And here's a steal by King. Can King finish it on the other end? She goes up and she scores.
She gets it.
So maybe them getting to that huddle, they knew what they were going to call, and King just got ahead of it.
As I believe now that the Tigers are on what seems to be at least a 10-point run. Yeah, 10-0 run.
10-0 run to start the second half. And a loose ball foul is going to be called. But they call the loose ball foul on Rust. Excuse me, on Stillman.
Yeah.
I thought they had called it on Rust because both the young ladies were kind of like interlocked in their arms. But maybe because of the official's view of where she was actually at, she went ahead and called it on Stillman. 5:23 to go, 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Rust still looking for their first points of the second half. Try to work it inside to Katie Blackman. Ball gets knocked away. Here's the three-point attempt from the corner, and it's good. Lyric Turner.
And they go with, there goes that Russ pressure again. Coach was trying to get it, but they went to a man-to-man.
Turner just scored a three-pointer, and now she's trying to put on some pressure defense on Jordan Moody. As we mentioned, Stillman opened up the third quarter on a 10-0 run, as Turner was able to finally get them on the board. And there's another foul. Physical game, as we talked about throughout the entire evening, which I really think now those free throws probably in the fourth quarter will make the difference if it all comes down to it. Here's Moody. She's got 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's Kelsey Smith from the corner. It's good! Three-pointer from downtown Tuscaloosa for number 2, Kelsey Smith, by way of Birmingham, Alabama. Question now is, can Russ College respond? Here's a three-point attempt by Russ, and it's good. DeCaria Patterson, junior from out of Fort Myers, Florida.
I know where Fort Myers is.
A lot of, that place is more familiar in Florida than where her teammates from. 41-36, Stillman on top, approaching 4 minutes.
I was about to say, that should be 39. And there's the steal.
41-39, yes. Yep, there's the steal and there's a foul. And with that foul, I think we're approaching our media timeout. All right, so there's a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 3:56 to go. Stillman leads 41-39 here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. You're watching Stillman College basketball on BCSN and HBCU League Pass Plus.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. So it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less? You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
At CDW, we get speed as the new currency of success.
Our team spends way too much time tending to outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplify Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplify Development.
And we're back inside of Birthright Alumni Hall on the campus of Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Stillman College women taking on the Lady Bearcats of Russ College by way of Holly Springs in Mississippi. Mo Carter alongside Roy Evans for some great basketball so far. We've been seeing quite a matchup between these two as right now Russ is at the free throw line following a foul. Here's the first free throw attempt, and it is good by Zoe Alexander. Alexander, a junior small forward, 5'9" from out of Orlando, Florida. So she's a Disney World girl.
Lived in the Orlando area for 15 years, where we headquartered the Jericho Broadcast Networks and the Black College Sports Networks out of Eatonville, Florida, which is the oldest black incorporated municipality in the country.
I am familiar with Eatonville. Passed through it once on a church trip many, many years ago when we had went to Disney World. And then one of our sister stations a few years ago when we were doing our Black History Month 30-minute special, we pulled like a few stories from other stations. And WFLA had a really, really good story. My guy, Ron Carter, did a story on that. I think that's your frat brother, too.
Rod Carter. He is.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Rod is actually based out of Tampa.
Okay.
The Tampa area, but I believe I do remember that story. So
very entertaining story.
And just to make sure that we get that correct, Rod is also Not only a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, but a Rattler of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University as well.
We missing anything else with him?
Nah, not yet. Well, NABJ, we give him that one too.
All
Another
right. Three-pointer right there by Dekaria Patterson from deep downtown, and all of a sudden, don't look now, but Russ College is back on top, 44-41.
Yeah, and they are hyped about it as well.
Momentum swings have been happening all game long in this one. Back and forth we go. Farrah Pearson up the court to Kelsey Smith. Kelsey gets it over to Desiree Tyner. Off the mark on the shot. Pearson tries to get it. It goes off her hands and out of bounds. Russ College will take the ball and possession back over. But yeah, you're talking about you got Rod. Yeah, that's how I met Rod through NABJ several years ago.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I met him at NABJ, the one in New Orleans. So it was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. It was funny. We were actually like in kind of like the same workshop group, and then all of a sudden, they're calling people by last name. So when they say Carter, we're both like,
yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and it was like, no, Rod. I'm like, okay, that's him then. All right, here's the first free throw right there by Naya McGuire.
That free throw was up and good for the Bearcats.
45-41 now, Rust. Right around 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Back and forth we go in this
Gets
one.
Both of them.
Farrah Pearson now bringing the ball up court. Not too often you see your power forward bringing it up, but look at her as she tries to draw the foul off the spin, and she does. Naya McGuire not happy about that one. You could just see all over her body language was just upset.
Yeah, she did not feel that she committed a foul on that one, and I think that's one of the plays that the fans on this end of the court have been looking for.
So here we go now. Farrah Pearson going to her favorite spot of the evening, the free throw line. Why do I say that? Farrah Pearson is 9 for 10 from the free throw line. She has 11 points. It means that 9 of her 11 points have come from the charity stripe. She has only made 1 of her 6 shots from the field. She's 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Let's see if she can go 10 for 11, then 11 for 12.
As the Lady Bearcats have opened up a 6-point lead here.
Things looking a little different since how we started in this second half. Remember, Stillman went on a 10-0 run. They were leading 38-33, and since then, Russ has now outscored them 14-9 in that stretch since they went on that 10-0 run. Primarily because the 3-ball has been working well for Russ College's Lady Bearcats. His first free throw attempt was good. Here's the second free throw attempt. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Mbe, who apparently had a name change during the middle of the game. And there's another shot right there. Mbe with the bucket. So we were calling her Mbaye at the beginning of the game, but I'm guessing they must have finally got to the announcer and told her, so we're going to go with that. And there's a scrum for the ball. Pearson all over it, and they're going to call jump ball.
Yeah. Both players down there trying to get a timeout, but the refs are going to say, no, that's a jump ball. We're going to get them in there. Great effort on behalf of both of those young ladies.
That jump ball was Farrah Pearson alongside Zoe Alexander.
And that's possession arrow over to the Lady Bearcats.
So 2:19 to go. 48-42 is your score. And we talked about great matchups, coming up on BCSN and HBCU League Pass Plus. You want to stay tuned and keep it locked right here because we've got an exciting men's game coming up between Stillman and Rust. That'll make on the airwaves, I say somewhere around 7:40, 7:45-ish, give or take how things go with this contest. Speaking of this, here's a three-pointer. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Pearson. Pearson going to slow some things down. She's going to get it over to Moody. Moody gets it over to Strong. Strong kicks it out to Pearson. Pearson for three. In and out.
She just cannot buy a bucket from the field.
She cannot. And, she's called for a block.
And that's going to be and one.
Pearson has been doing really well today drawing charges. I think she had already drawn 4 charges on the day. But on that one, she's called for a defensive block. So your new score now is 50-42. Russ College on top. Looking for the three-point play will be Alexander. Yes, Aurora, as we talked about, like great matchups coming up. Obviously, we've got the men's game coming up after this one, so we want you to keep it locked right here on BCSN and HBCU League Pass Plus. Then, on this same channel, on Saturday, you'll want to tune in at 5-4 Central for the Miles College Golden Bears. They will play host to Columbus State down in Fairfield, Alabama.
I believe we also have Payne as well on that day, and they are hosting Edward Waters University.
Another stupendous matchup.
Yeah, out of the SIAC. Coach, I want to say that that's a women's game for Payne. So Coach Charlene Wilson is going to be taking her ladies up there to meet up with Coach Lucette and the Lady Lions.
Yes, sir. And then as we mentioned, there are literally a lot of games in the month of December. Even though you think it's holidays and the exams are over or whatever, now we're still working hard to bring you a lot of great matchups or whatever. Speaking of that, like I said, we mentioned Miles versus Columbus State. Then next week, Thursday, December the 15th, we'll have Benedict traveling down to Fairfield to take on Miles for
that I-20 ride.
Yes, sir.
Both teams, of course, are members of the broadcast of the Black College Sports Network. So you'll be able to catch that on multiple platforms across HBCU League Pass Plus.
Agreed. That's 1 week from today, a doubleheader between the women and the men. Women's game starting at 6:30, 5:30 Central.
Early season conference matchup.
Correct, which is something that some of the coaches we've talked to on the broadcast network aren't a fan of, but they understand the schedules get made the way they need to be made. Here's a deep three-pointer. Hits the back of the iron. It goes into the hands now of Lyric Turner. Turner's ball is turned over.
Yep.
And Winbush Gay, she's got the ball. She's got the rock now. She's going to swing it over to number 24, Devin Lockhart. Lockhart gets it over to Moody. Moody will reset. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock. We're approaching the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. 50-44 is your score. Here's Desiree Tyner. Tyner muscles away inside. Her shot off the mark. Rebound goes over to Russ College.
And Tyner was the one that started that break with Steele stepping into the passing lane and knocking that ball into her teammate's path.
Definitely an off-balance shot by Tyner. Pretty sure Coach Dunk would have rathered her back her way down into the paint to try to get a better shot on that one. 8 seconds to go now for Russ College. Shot clock winding down, and we got a foul on the play.
Whoa,
it's questionable because I thought I saw more of an all-ball situation.
Yeah, that was one of those that you're like, okay, ref, is there a different game that you're watching?
Yeah, but Katie Blackman will head over to the free throw line. She leads all scorers for Rust with 10 points, but it'll actually be her first free throw attempts of the entire evening. And checking into the game right now for Russ College after his free throw will be number 15, Karen Ford, 5'11", junior from out of Houston, Texas. She'll be seeing her first action of the evening. Also coming in will be Faith Cattouse. Cattouse, the second leading scorer on the day with 7, as Blackman is able to score on the free throw. And Blackman's going to come in and get a quick breather along with her other teammate, DeCaria Patterson. They play some very huge roles for this team in this third quarter. Russ College on top, 51-44, 35 seconds to go in the quarter, and we've got a reach-in foul. Yeah, Roy, as we talked about, a lot of these coaches that we talked to on the broadcast network, they're not too fond of the early season conference games, especially the ones in December, but they understand how schedules go. And who knows, some of these conference games could have a major impact on what happens in the months of February and March when the tournament rolls around for, you know, the conferences that they are a part of.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, usually those coaches like to work out all their kinks in the months of November and December with the full out of conference slate, giving them an opportunity to try different things, different matchups, different lineups, and then be ready to really get into it, because you're gonna, you know, normally you're gonna see these teams twice.
Correct.
In the conference.
Here we go inside, right there. That was Lyric Turner going inside to Karen Ford. Her shot's off the mark, so Stillman's got 2.6 seconds to get down the floor and get a shot off. Can they do it is the big question. And no, they cannot. There's a steal, there's a shot, and it's off the mark as the buzzer goes off. So we played 3 inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. Your score, Russ College Lady Bearcats 51, the Stillman College Tigers 45. You're watching Stillman College basketball right here on Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus.
You see, Head & Shoulders has scalp shield technology, protects against flakes even between washes. It's never not working.
Kind of like us. We're never not working. Number 15?
That's my rub.
Ooh, nice.
Never not working.
Never, ever, never, ever not working.
Welcome, everybody, to Juneau, Alaska.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
Let's get out of here.
Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders scalp shield technology.
Was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics, from the games.
Back Tuscaloosa, Alabama now, and we're here inside of Birthright Alumni Hall. Mo Carter alongside Roy Evans. We've got fourth quarter action between Stillman and Russ College. Russ on top, 51-45 as Amaria Strong makes a strong drive to the goal. Her shot's off the mark. However, a charge is called, so it will go back over to Russ College. Strong with a strong move, however, with that play right there, what ends up happening is that Russ College was able to get in position and draw the foul. Russ now with the ball. They're trying to add to their lead. And Russ goes inside, and we've got a foul. Foul will be on number 5. That's Jamisha King. That'd be her. Jamisha King's 4th foul.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually surprised she has not made her way to the bench yet. I mean, she's a key piece of this Stillman College rotation. Here's the first free throw attempt. It is off the mark for Russ College.
So, Mo, one of the things taking a look at here at the third quarter stats, we'll start with Russ. From the field, they are 35%, three-point field goals, 37, free throws, 71. Looking down here at Stillman, something very similar, 45% total field goal percentage, 33% from three-point, but they are 6 of 8, 75% from the free throw line.
And, I mean, one narrative we've talked about throughout this game is that neither one of these teams are shooting the ball well.
Right.
Like, not at all. All right, here's Stillman in the corner for three-pointer. That's Kelsey Smith. Her shot is airballed as Moody tries to save it. However, she throws it back out of bounds. Ball goes back over to Russ College.
Yeah. Saying that third period was actually the most even period that we've had tonight, where they were basically 18 points and 17 points scored in the third.
Here's a jumper from the free throw line by Zoe Alexander. She makes it a 53-45 game. And you kind of expect this now after every made shot by Russ that they're going to put on some sort of man-to-man double-team type pressure, at least to the half-court stripe.
Yeah. Well, and right now it's going to – and that's going to be a foul called. That one's on number 24.
That's on Devin Lockhart. Lockhart playing the post position right now as Farrah Pearson and also Desiree Tyner were getting a breather, but now you're going to have to go ahead and get her out of the game. 53-45 is your score. Russ still on top.
And it looks like the refs are calling it a little bit tighter now than they even had been previously.
Agreed. We went from letting them play to we're going to call everything now. Here is a very deep three-pointer. It's off the mark. A rebound right there, though, by number 35, Katie Blackman. Happens inside the paint. She tries to put it back. It's off the mark, and the ball will go back over to Stillman. I don't know if that young lady was just like really feeling her inner Steph Curry on that one.
Well, listen, yeah, that was an NBA three that she pulled up for.
And the funny thing is, she still had about 5 feet of space between her and her defender, so she could pull it up at least 3 more feet.
That's going to be a blocking foul called on Miss Katie Blackman.
Okay, I was trying to look to see how many fouls she had, but they don't even have her updated.
Yeah, I was about to say they haven't updated her on the court at this point.
But she's coming out the game, so clearly Coach Jackson knows that he's going to need his best post player down the stretch. All right, here comes Kelsey Smith. She'll get it over to Warner and got a 3-second violation.
Oh, he actually called traveling.
Oh, he was traveling. Okay. I think it actually could have been both.
3 seconds, yeah.
Because one official was signaling 3 seconds. So you got to think right now, if you're Stillman, you can't be making these traveling violation on Russ College now. So, yeah, you can't be making these simple mistakes in such a crucial time of the game. I mean, yes, there's still a lot of time left, but Coach Dunk's team is down by 8, about 7 minutes to go. Here comes Kelsey Smith pushing the ball up. She got it over from Jamisha King. Remember, Jamisha King, she's got 4 fouls. She's got to be very careful. And now we've got a foul on the floor. And this time it's black 5 that actually is called for a foul. If they would have said gray 5, then all of a sudden we would have not a good situation for Jamisha King because she would have fouled out with that one. But look, we got a timeout, so we're going to take it with them. With 7:06 to go, Stillman trails 53-45. You're watching Stillman College basketball right here on HBCU League Pass Plus.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified...
All right, welcome back, everyone. 7:06 to go. Russ College on top, 53-45 on Stillman College. Mo Carter alongside Roy Evans for Stillman College basketball right here on BCSN and HBCU League Pass Plus. Very tight, contested game, and they're calling everything now, Roy. So we're going to see how these last 7 minutes of the contest will go as Stillman's LaNasia Warner drives baseline and scores, makes it 53-47.
Nice move. She was very intentional about that baseline move and up and under. And now what we're going to be looking at, one of the things is these lady Tigers, if they're within 9 to 12 points, they believe they have a shot in any game.
Agreed.
They are a great three-point shooting team when they set their mind to it.
Speaking of three-pointers, Fate Katusa's three-pointer was off the mark. So Stillman has the ball now. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Desiree Tyner has the ball, and then she loses the ball, and then she's going to be called for a foul.
Yeah, she is going to be called for that one. She lost control of it there. And the coach is like, this is when you get the ball in the hands of your guards.
Coming back into the game now is Amaria Strong for Stillman. Strong today, 0 for 3 from the field, and she's got 1 point as she was 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Tyner's going to take a trip over to the bench.
Also checking back into the game is Farrah Person.
And we got traveling. Ball goes back over to Stillman.
I guess the coach saw whatever it was called because he didn't argue with it. He was standing right in front of that call there.
Kylie Scott coming into the game now. She'll replace Jacaria Patterson, young lady from out of Fort Myers, Florida. Here's Kelsey Smith bringing the ball up court. 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Now, Mo, one of the things we're not going to talk about is the fact that they call these things makeup calls sometimes. That you get these calls from other calls that should be made, because that doesn't really happen in basketball.
Not necessarily. It's a myth that sometimes happens, or at least sometimes people think it happens.
Exactly.
Good play right there by Jamisha King. She is able to split 2 defenders and draw the foul. She'll be heading over to the free throw line to try to cut this lead down from 6 to 4. On the evening, Jamisha King is actually the Stillman College Tigers leading scorer right now. She has 12 points. She's 6 of 10 from the field. Free throw off the mark. Rebound goes over to Russ College. She did make the first free throw, though. It's a 53-48 contest. Let's see what Russ College is going to do on the other end. Ball goes over to Zoe Alexander. Alexander tries to drive. Her pass is deflected, and she gets the ball back in her hands and scores. Johnny on the spot right there. Winbush Gay brings the ball up court. Approaching the 5-minute mark to go. Stillman down by 7. Coach Dunk calling out the plays. Maria Strong comes off the screen. She wanted it, but she couldn't get it. Farrah Pearson swings it over to Nasia Warner. Warner's three-pointer is off the mark. Lyric Turner now bringing the ball up court from left to right on your television and digital screen. And we've got a timeout on the floor, and we're going to take it with them. So with 4:59 to go, Russ leads 55-48 over Stillman. Watching Stillman College basketball here on HBCU League Pass Plus.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Mo Carter and Roy Evans on the call here. We've got Stillman College women's basketball. They're taking on Russ right now. Russ leads 55-48, right at the 5-minute mark. Should be a final great 5 minutes between these two teams. Zoe Alexander, she's got the ball. She swings it over to Lyric Turner. Turner looking for something, decides to go in the corner. And that shot was off the mark. So here we go now. It is Winbush Gay calling the offense now for Stillman. Winbush Gay, dribble drive, penetration. She'll go baseline, and she tries to dribble it inside, and she gets it to Jamisha King, and Jamisha King scores.
Trying to lead to 5 points.
5-point game right now. Rust on top, 55-30, as King now has 15 points on the evening. What will Russ do? Here's a deep three-pointer, and it is airballed by number 3, Kylie Scott. But they throw it back inside, and they score, and that's Scott. Johnny on the spot for the bucket. Winbush Gray now bringing it up court as our team trails 57-50.
They look to set up the offense.
Mara Pearson in the corner. Yeah, you're right. They're definitely looking to set up something, and there's an interception, and Lyric Turner will take it all the way to the rack and one.
That's going to be an intentional foul. That was not a smart foul. Not a smart foul at all.
So Imani Winbush Gay was called for the foul. They're saying it's intentional, so.
Yeah, she did push the young lady that, I mean, at that point, you had given up on the defensive play. You just let her go ahead and get the 2-point bucket and just move on from the play from there. But now, not only do they get the bucket, they get the free throws and the ball.
And at this point of the game, you can't be giving away possessions.
Right.
Because, now we're looking at about a 3-possession game. 4-possession game now, roughly. And if they get the ball back and score again, I mean, you're looking at multiple possessions as the time is winding down. 60-50 is now your score. 3:27 to go. You're checking out Stillman College basketball right here on BCSN by way of HBCU League Pass Plus. Mo Carter, Roy Evans on the call right here. And they stay tuned, everyone. We've got men's action coming up in a short while. Game was scheduled to start at 7:30, but you know how it is for these doubleheaders. It's going to be a little later, but it's going to be A-OK as you got a steal right here. Here's Jamisha King. Jamisha King throws it up court, and King will be called for the charge.
And that's going to do it for her.
I think that is her 5th foul. And she knows it, too. Yep, that's her foul. That is her 5th foul. So Jamisha King will foul out of the game. Her final stat line, 7 for 11 for 15 points. She had 5 rebounds on the evening. Tough loss right there when your leading scorer is out. And here's another thing, too. She's the leading scorer from the field. The reason why I say that is because Farrah Pearson, 10 of her 12 points have come from the free throw line.
Yeah. They have opened up a 10-point lead.
Here's a jumper off the mark, throws it up court now to Warner. Warner gets over to Pearson. Pearson pulls up from the free throw line, and she knocks down a bucket.
But where did you say she shot that one from?
From the free throw line. Free throw line has been her best friend this evening. 60-52 is your score, approaching the 2-minute mark. 4th quarter, everyone. Russ College, Stillman College. And there's a steal by Pearson, but they're going to call a foul on the floor before she got possession. Remember, the last time these two teams played, Stillman squeaked out with a 59-56 victory just a few weeks ago.
That's another very interesting call there, though. Looked like that ball was knocked out freely.
Who was called on the foul?
That was on number 0.
Okay, so it was called on Moody.
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw Pearson making the steal. Clearly, another example of you got to play where basically you have your tallest player on the floor and your smallest player on the floor. So clearly the smallest player isn't going to be seen from our vantage point. Free throw was good right there by Russ College. 2:12 to go. They're on top 61-52. Stillman has the answer right now.
Most definitely. This is a possession that they have got to get some points off of.
Turner thought about it in the corner for a 3. She will kick it over to Tyner. Pearson is at the 3-point line. She's thinking about it. They go inside 2
and 1
to Strong. She gets the bucket and 1. Exciting play right there by her. And just like her last name, she went up strong on that play to get the score and trying to get the and 1.
There you go, getting her team, looking to get her team fired up. Getting definitely engaged in that. And this is like I said, it's old-fashioned 3-point play. And
she is not able to get it. Here comes a little pressure, though, from Stillman. The ball is tipped away. Strong almost comes up with the steal. 1:40 to go. We got a 7-point game. Moody almost comes up with a steal, too.
Right now, they've only got a little bit of time in this one. They can. There you go, and that's going to be a charge.
Charge on number 10, Lyric Turner. Here's something funny. Coach Jackson was putting Katie Blackman back in the game and basically told her, come back, come to the bench now. Interesting call because Blackman is their leading scorer, but maybe we're in that situation where you get those offensive and defensive stubs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're definitely in that point right now.
All right, here's Strong. She had the last bucket. Can she drive to the goal again? No, she won't. She gets it over to Tyner. Tyner, the spin. She tries to go inside. It's tipped away and stolen. She tried to get it inside to Pearson.
And that was one of those possessions that they needed another bucket in right there.
Definitely a wasted possession right there. Zoe Alexander dribbling the ball out. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Russ College on top, 61-54. Here comes the double team. 11 seconds to go. Kick out. Here's a 3-pointer in the corner. Air ball. Rebound, simultaneous possession. It goes into the hands of Stillman. Stillman gets the ball down court. Here comes Turner. Her shot's off the mark, but she will go to the free throw line. Excuse me, that was Warner.
Yeah.
The air ball was by Kylie Scott. And coming out of the game now is Lyric Turner on her 5th foul. And that's huge for them. Lyric Turner is their second leading scorer with 10 points. Her stat line on the day, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 4 from the three-point line, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. So now two of the top scorers are now fouled out for this game. Could be big if we go into overtime. His first free throw attempt right there, and it's off the mark by Warner. Definitely needed those points. Well, needed that point. Let's see if she can make it up right here and at least get 1 of 2. Hits the back iron, off the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. Russ College will take over the possession. Mbe will check out of the game now. Blackman comes back into the game. And looks like we're going to have a timeout right here on the floor, but we're going to stay with it. So, Roy, if you're Coach Dunk, literally, what are you telling your team right now? The air ball was by Kylie Scott.
And score quickly, because that's where they are right now. They are at a point now under 41 or right at 41 that they have to score quickly because they're down 7. They're going to need at least 2 possessions. 3 possessions. I'm sorry. They're going to need at least 3 possessions to be able to do anything with this. And so it's going to be, try to get in. You're going to have to pressure defense because you want to try not to foul at first. But if that doesn't work within a 10-second period, you're more than likely going to need to go ahead and do a foul. But I think that's the first thing. Play some solid defense. Try to get them to commit a turnover and get the ball back.
Now coming up next, after this game for the Stillman College women, they will travel to Hattiesburg, Mississippi to take on William Carey in a conference matchup. That'll be followed up by a December 12th matchup on the road against Blue Mountain College in Blue Mountain, Mississippi. And yes, for people wondering, it is about as small as it sounds, everyone. 41 seconds to go. They get it over to Blackman. And there's a foul right there. Kelsey Smith will be on the foul.
Yeah.
Good foul.
Yeah, it was what they needed to do. They could not let too much time run off the clock.
Now, it's in that situation where if you can't get the steal, you foul.
And somebody on the sideline screamed out that was 5 seconds getting the ball in. So
here comes a couple of subs now. Mbe coming back inside. She's going to check out Katie Blackman, who will head to the bench. So at the free throw line is number 20. That's Hatch. She gets the first free throw to drop, 62.
No, she missed it. It rolled off the front of the board, of the rim.
61-54 remains your score.
She does get the free roll on that one.
All right, so there's another timeout on the floor, but we're going to keep it here. As I was talking about with the
they're calling that timeout to advance the ball to half court so that they can save on that time of getting across the line.
I love that rule. I really do. I really, really do. All right, so we're taking a look at the schedule once again. So after this evening, on December the 10th, they'll head down, as in Stillman, will head down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi to take on William Carey University in a conference matchup. Then on December the 12th, they'll also be on the road taking on Blue Mountain College down in Blue Mountain, Mississippi. The next home game for Stillman will be in the new year. So we'll be saying Happy New Year to you when Stillman takes on the University of Mobile on January the 3rd in a doubleheader. The women tip off at 5:30. Men scheduled to tip off around 7:30 Central Time. And you can see those games right here on Black College Sports Network and HBCU League Pass Plus. We're talking about the games on January the 3rd. The games on December the 10th and December the 12th will not be seen here on our network. So here's Strong on the inbound, gets it over to Pearson. Pearson thought about a three. She'll take the three, hits the front iron. It's off the mark. Rebound goes over to Rust. Really, at this point, Rust just needs to get it across the half-court line, and really after that, they hit another free throw. This thing is just about over.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the shot that the young lady wanted, but she knew that they needed to get one off quickly. And that was just the one that she could take. It was actually a good look.
It was a good look. It was a good look. But that's another thing that we talked about with Jamisha King fouling out of the game, Roy. You don't have your leading scorer from the field on the floor anymore, and no other Tigers player is over 8 points.
Wow.
Yeah, they have not shot the ball well from the field. 17 of 41 on the day. Here's Strong trying to push it up court. Can she just get a quick bucket? And the ball goes through Kelsey Smith's hand. Smith punches the ball in frustration. And ball will be turned over, so Stillman will have a chance to cut into this lead. We've got 15 seconds to go. I know they say anything's possible, but we'll have to see almost a miracle come up literally in the next 15 seconds. I'm not seeing Tracy McGrady from the Rockets days or Jay Williams from 2000 Duke walking through these doors right now.
Listen, I'm going to date myself a little bit more, or Reggie Miller.
Yeah, or Reggie Miller, you're right. All right, here's Pearson. Tries to go to the inside, and there is a tie-up on the floor between Mbaye and Strong. And looks like possession arrow goes over to Russ College. And that will probably be Stillman's last opportunity to score. Pending Stillman does not.
And coach is telling them, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Trying to get it in. Doesn't matter. They don't have to get it over the line because, it was under 10 seconds. And these two teams swap victories at home, though.
And they do. So your final score here, Russ College comes into Birthright Alumni Hall and knocks off Stillman and avenges their early loss. Your final score this evening, 62-54. In just a few moments, we will hear from head coach Aliko Dunk. But in the meantime, Roy, we talked about it all game, man. The shooting percentages for both of these teams were just awful. 17 for 41 for Stillman, 21 for 56 for Russ College this evening.
So, sorry, folks. You all just heard me laugh here. We're probably going to be about another 20 minutes before we get ready for our next game. They should be setting the clock here in a second. Want to shout out to Nick Finch letting me know that he is a Knicks fan. So he would fight me for that Reggie Miller reference that I just made about, I believe it was 6 or 9 points in about 7 or 8 seconds.
I do recall. And here's the other thing, too. Like, if he was upset about that, I hate to see what he would have been upset about in the 1993 NBA Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5. Game 5, whenever they had, whenever the Chicago Bulls came over there and they blocked Charles Smith on those 4 straight shots.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To win it, so.
Well, listen, I would get personal right now, but I've been told never to kick a man when he's down.
I got you.
I am a born and bred Knicks hater because I'm a Miami Heat fan.
Okay.
And so yeah, but we don't need to talk about the kids who are having trouble right now and stuff.
Nah, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. So
we're gonna take us a quick break. Hold on for a few minutes. We know Coach Dunk will be coming out soon. Get an opportunity to talk to him. So we'll go to break, but we'll be back in a few.
Yes, sir.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
When you work in IT, complaints are...
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Birthright Alumni Hall on the campus of Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where it was Russ College coming up with a 62-54 victory over the Stillman College women. Stillman falls to 8-3 on the season. Russ College improves to 4-2 on the year. Leading scorers for Russ College were Lyric Turner, who had 10 points, along with Katie Blackman with 11. Leading scorer for Stillman, Jamisha King with 15 points, followed by Farrah Pearson with 14 points. So here's what we're going to do, everyone. We're going to wrap up the broadcast right here on BCSN and also HBCU League Pass Plus, and we're going to get ready for the men's game. Tune into the men's game about 5 minutes prior, and we will talk with Coach Aliko Dunk from the women to see and get his final thoughts on tonight's loss to Russ College. We want to thank you for joining us here on BCSN and HBCU League Pass Plus. I'm Mo Carter for Roy Evans and also for Jay, our director. Appreciate you tuning in. And like I said, check us out in about 15 minutes for the beginning of the men's game.
Part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.